What's up guys, it's Cody here, and today in this video we're going to be talking about the iPhone 10 and how to get it on launch day. Now, this is not going to be an easy task. Even if you follow all of these steps, it's very possible that you still won't get it on launch day. But I think if you follow these steps that I list out in this video, you're going to have a much better chance than you would, just going in blind, just thinking, okay, I'm just going to get the iPhone 10 when pre-orders open. I think if you follow these steps, you're going to have a much better chance. And I actually thought about not doing this video just because depending on how well this video does, it's probably going to drop my chances of getting an iPhone 10. But I figured I'd just level out the playing field for everybody so you guys can have the best chance that you can. But before we get into this, a quick word from our sponsor. With over 400,000 images in their member library, Storyblocks has the largest library of graphics, photos, and vector images on the internet. Not to mention, you can save 60% on the marketplace content. You can use these images for YouTube thumbnails, advertising your product, or really just any graphic work that you could possibly imagine. Now, they're giving away a free 7-day trial so that you can try it out and access a massive variety of those high-res photos, those vector images, and more directly from Storyblocks. Now, I'll have a link in the description below for you guys to click on to get that 7-day free trial, or you can go directly to storyblocks.com/YouTube to sign up or to find out more information about it. So first, let's talk about supply and demand. Just so you guys know how scarce the iPhone 10 is going to be, it's reported that Foxconn actually only made 2 million units in September. And in October, they're going to be ramping it up to 10 million units. That puts us at 12 million units by the time we are going to pre-order. And the demand for this device is reportedly up to 50 million units. So 12 million units available, 50 million units purchased. You're going to want to be in that 12 million that's available at launch day, because otherwise you could be waiting for quite some time. They're even talking about delays for the iPhone 10 up to spring of 2018. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to wait till the spring of 2018 to get an iPhone 10 that's going to launch on November 3rd. So if you follow these rules, I think you'll have the best chance possible. So let's go ahead and get into them. First, pre-orders open on October 27th. Put that on your calendar, put it in your phone, set a reminder. There's not going to be a day that you can purchase or pre-order the iPhone 10 if you want it on launch day other than October 27th. If you wait any time after the fact, October 28th, it's too late. Absolutely, 100%. You're going to be too late on October 28th. Now, I have no idea what those lead times will be on October 28th, but I expect them to be very, very substantial. So October 27th, clear your calendar for that morning because you're going to need to be on that Apple website. All right, so now you're thinking, okay, October 27th. I'll make some time during the day to pre-order my iPhone 10. No, you can't do that. You have to be available the second that those pre-orders go live. So pre-orders start at midnight on October 27th, Pacific time. So for me, Central time, that's going to be 2 a.m. in the morning. That means I'm staying up until 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to wait until that Apple Store loads and I can purchase my iPhone 10. That window of buying opportunity is probably really close to 5 minutes if you want to get it on launch day. So 12:05, you're probably going to start seeing delays for the iPhone 10. It wouldn't surprise me if you saw them quicker than that, just because the demand is so insane for the iPhone 10 that they're absolutely going to sell out very, very quickly. So figure out what 12 a.m. Pacific time is in your time zone, and that's the time that you need to be awake and you need to be available to pre-order your iPhone 10. Next, make sure your billing information is set up in the Apple Store. Fill out your billing information, shipping information, anything that you need to fill out on that account page that will hinder you or slow you down in purchasing the iPhone 10. Make sure that that is set up and filled in correctly. Double check it, triple check it, because it's very possible if you go to purchase the phone and you get in there and you try to buy it and the address is wrong, or if it doesn't match your credit card, then you're gonna have to go back in there and fill it all out. And during that time you're filling out that information, you're probably freaking out. You could screw it up again, and then your iPhone 10 just floats away to somebody else because they were quicker and they were more prepared. Now, even better than that, set up Apple Pay and make sure it works on the Apple Store, because obviously the Apple Store is going to accept Apple Pay, and that is the absolute quickest way to check out because it's literally just a scan of your finger and then you're good to go. Now, I will say I had Apple Pay set up on my device in the Apple Store for the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus launch. And when I went to go purchase my iPhones, it said that the billing address did not match. I have no idea why it didn't. I went back in, I checked it, and it said the correct address. So I didn't know what was going on. I went back in, I filled it out again. It still didn't work. I deleted the address. I refilled it out. I'm freaking out because I don't think I'm going to get an iPhone 8. Turns out nobody wanted the iPhone 8 anyway, so there wasn't an issue getting the iPhone 8. But it straight up just didn't work on my main device for some reason. So I don't understand why that happened, but it's something to keep in mind. It's always good to have a backup in case for whatever reason Apple Pay isn't working. Next, know exactly which device you want. So know the color that you want, and there's only two colors. There's silver or there's space gray. Pick one of the two. And then know the exact storage capacity you want. Again, there's only two, which is 64 gigs and 256 gigs. Don't go into the pre-order thinking, let me think. Do I really want the white one or do I want the black one? Do I want the 64 gig or do I want the 256 gig? Know exactly what you want. There's gonna be no time to decide. I'm telling you, if you've never pre-ordered an iPhone, it's pretty hectic for those first couple of minutes, or those only minutes that you have available to purchase the iPhone 10. So know exactly what you want. Know color and storage option. If you hesitate, you're gonna be screwed. I feel like I'm preparing you guys for war, but this is really exactly how it is if you've never pre-ordered an iPhone. It's really hard to get one, and especially the top of the line. So if you're trying to get a black one at 256 gig, then it's gonna be harder to get than probably a silver one at 64 gig. Black is more popular and 256 gigs is more popular. So both of those options are gonna be harder to get. Next, if you can't get that iPhone 10 on launch day, if you can't pre-order at the very stroke of midnight or whatever time it is in your time zone on October 27th, then be prepared to not get an iPhone 10. But for a device like this, it's not going to be that difficult to wait, 1 or 2 extra weeks or, 3 to 4 weeks. That's a little bit harder, but at the same time, that's doable. It's once you get into like the 3 to 4 month or even, like I said previously, the spring of 2018. You don't want to have to wait that long. By that time, you might as well just wait for the next iPhone X Plus, which supposedly is coming out next year. If you guys haven't seen the iPhone X Plus, check out the video I did yesterday. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can check it out for yourself and see if it's worth waiting for. Now, this is a big one too. So make sure that you're looking for the iPhone 10 on the Apple Store app on your phone, not on the computer, on your phone. When you do it on your phone, for some reason, it always seems to launch, a minute or two before it starts working on the computer. I don't know why that is, but it's been like that for several years now for me, and I've always been able to get into the Apple Store iOS app quicker than I can on my Mac. So the way that you're going to be refreshing the Apple Store app is opening it up, and then it's going to say that the Apple Store is down because for whatever stupid reason, they always take the Apple Store down for several hours before they launch a new product. They just do it to build hype. So if it's still down, then you just want to double click on your home button, swipe up, and then go back into it. Once it strokes midnight, you're going to be doing that consistently because the Apple Store doesn't necessarily open at 12 a.m. on the dot. I can't remember exactly which iPhone it was, but I remember staying up at least till 3 a.m. So it was about an hour later for the store to actually come up and be available for pre-order. So depending on how bad you want it, you may have to stay up an extra hour in order to get this device. Now next, if you have a computer, absolutely take advantage of it. Because even though in my experience, the iOS app always comes up first, the computer might do it this time. Absolutely no idea if that's gonna happen or not, but always have that backup plan. So what I do is I download an auto clicker, which clicks automatically on your computer. This is insane. And then I go to the Apple Store and I put my mouse over the refresh button and I make it click every second. So every second it's gonna reload that page. So it's clicking, 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 clicking nonstop until that page loads up. That way you're not doing it yourself by manually sitting there and clicking it. You can be using that time to try to get it on your iOS app. But then if it pops up on your computer while you're doing this, then you're good to go. You also have the option of if you're absolutely loaded and you just, you can't waste those couple of hours of sleep, you can always wait on eBay the next day and there's gonna be iPhones there for probably $3,000 or more. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the iPhone 10, even the 64 gig, was at $3,000 because of those wait times are gonna be so insane that people are going to be willing to pay insane amount of money in order to get the iPhone 10 when it launches. So if you have so much money that you can't be bothered, you can just sit back, go to sleep at like 9:30, 10 p.m., wake up in the morning, hit up eBay, purchase one for a couple grand, and you'll be good to go. And the last tip is, if you think of a tip that's not in this video, you should probably keep it to yourself because if you can get an edge on anybody, then you should. These are all the tips that I have that I can think of, so I didn't leave anything out. But if you're awesome and you think of something that I didn't put in this video, you can put it down in the comments below to let everybody know, to help everybody out. Otherwise, good luck getting an iPhone 10. I think it's gonna be really hard. I'm not sure that I'm even gonna be able to get one. I really hope that I can because I wanna cover it for you guys on the channel. But we still got about a month to go before we actually have to pre-order. All right, guys, that's all I got for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure you hit that like button. Of course, share this with your friends if they're looking to get an iPhone 10. And if you guys ever want to see any more of my videos, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.